All code for this project can be found at my website. Just click on the annotation to be taken right to the page. Hello and welcome to what will hopefully be the first video, well, what is the first video in a series I'm going to do to teach you how to code. Now, as you've already sort of heard from the outro, all the code for this project will be on my website, link in the description. So, first, we will need to create a new project. I'm assuming you've already got Visual C, C++. If not, just search it up on Google and download it for free. So, first thing we want to do is start a new project. So, press the button there. It says new project. Okay, and we want to create a console application. Give it a name. So I'll give this a name, help, because I'm helping you. My spelling is appalling. I do not apologise. Okay, so press OK. And it's now going to come up with this. The temptation is to just press finish, but we don't want to do that. We want to start with an empty project. Then press finish. Let it do its loading. And there we go. But now if you start typing your code, it's just going to make a noise and do nothing, because we want to actually create a file where we can type our codes. If you go down to source files, the other click, not normal click, the other one, click on add new item and go down to where it says C++ file.cpp. Then I need to give that file a name. So let's name that file help with an L. And now we can start coding. Okay? So to start with, we need to include something. Now what this does is this like tells the project, correct me if I'm wrong, this tells like the computer like we're going to include this in our code. Right, so the first thing we want to include is IO strings. We type hash include and then one of the little sort of pointy things. Okay, so that is the first thing you must include on every single project. Another thing you must include on every single project, unless you know otherwise, is using namespace std. Standard it stands for, not the other thing. Okay, and you have to end that with a colon or semicolon. Whichever one that is. I think it's a semicolon. Okay, and now we are ready to start the main section of our program. So we type void main and then normal brackets with nothing inside them. Now we want curly brackets, enter down a few lines, and other side of curly brackets. So what we've done there is we've declared IOStream as something that we're including. We've set the namespace to standard, otherwise like every command you have to type colon std and all that, then it's not very good. So this just shortens the code down a bit, and we've declared the main section of our program. Now if you look up here, it says main with the two little brackets, which is basically that. Okay, now if that is not there, that's usually when you've got something wrong. Now that's not too hard on these short programs, but when you get down onto longer programs, it gets a bit tricky sometimes to know when you put lots of for loops in and all that stuff. That just tells you that, yep, the program's okay. So now what we want to do is we want to actually display some text, because we're going to have this as our first program, which in most programming languages it's always good to do a hello world program. So to start with, we type cout, O-U-T, with another two little pointy brackets. And cout basically tells the program to display something. Cout, as in out on the screen. And then to display text, that's just like a fixed text, a constant, you do the two little speech marks, which is shift 2, and then we can type in hello. Oh, spelling is appalling. Hey, to make it hipster. Hey world, colon, and then to end that line, like we did up there, we put a semicolon. Now, to actually run this program, we press the little play button up there, and the program will build. Yours might appear down there, this little bit up here. Now, if you were the more eagle-eyed viewer, may have realised that it did say hello world, but it just sort of went off the screen straight away, which is not really what we want it to do. That's because what it does is it runs all the code down here, and then when it gets to the end, it's got nothing to do. So rather than stopping the program, it closes it. Now we need to tell it to stop the program until we do something, and then it will close. So one of the simplest ways to do this, or the way I'm going to teach you first, it's not really the best way, but it works, is system, then open up your brackets, and a little speech mark, then pause. Now, for the basic programmer, these system commands, you can do lots of things with them, but as you like move on, you try to move out of these, because on Linux machines and various things there's compatibility issues, etc, etc. It's not the best system to use. But if we now press play again, we'll build up our application again, and what do you know, it says hello world, and press any key to continue, so we can actually see what it actually says. The problem is it's all on one line, which is not really what we want. So if I press any key to continue, it will now close. Now, we can't just press enter down here, because lots of red squiggly lines come up, and it's not the best system, and it just doesn't work. There we go. So what we need to do is to, before our little colon there, or semicolon, put another 2 arrows and type in end L. Now what this basically stands for is end line, which is like basically the computer's way of putting enter. If we now press play, we have hello world, and it's on another line. Okay. So now this is good, but we want to move on from it fairly quickly, which is what I'll show you how to do it in the next video. One good thing we can do is we can change the colour as well with the system command. So if we put system, and instead of putting pause, we put colour, and type in FC. I know that one. Just search up on Google and you'll find what all these colour commands means. One of them is the background colour, and one of them is the text colour. I know this is a white background with red text. If we now run this, look, it changes the colour. This is also not the best system to use. In one of my advanced tutorials, I'll tell you how to do it properly, and you can have like one line of text, one colour, and the other line of text, another colour. Don't forget to click on the link in the description to check out the code for this tutorial. And of course, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe if you like my videos.